What a busy day. A lot going on.
Yes, a lot of rain for a lot of people.
I didn't write this down, so I want to make sure I get it out on the air. Kenneth from north of Arnegard.
Okay.
Kenny, he was on one of my holiday vacations trips, I think from 2015. Anyway, he called to say hi.
That's a long time ago.
And he said that he got 2 inches of rain 10 miles north of
Wow.
Arnegard, which is great.
Yes.
Then just now got a report. I don't remember the gentleman's name because Cindy in the front office took it.
I heard it too.
3 inches.
Oh, tip of my tongue.
Yeah, 3 inches of rain. So
By Beulah.
by Beulah, yes,
Yeah.
by Beulah. So, and we have received so many reports. We want to acknowledge them all, and it would be great if we could. But
Yeah.
on social media and the phone calls we're getting, our Sky Spies, it is also greatly appreciated because it all goes into the database, right?
Sure.
And it's good to have this rain. And for some, it's a little bit too much of a good thing that's not good, right? I know portions of US 12 last night were closed.
I heard that.
Yes,
Yeah.
because of some of the rain. So that has been a bit of an issue, but and again, with the ground being so dry. But let's get right to it, Jody, because
Yeah.
we have a lot going on, including team coverage
Yes.
with meteorologist Jacob Morse in a moment. Atmospheric moisture, this has been great, and the configuration in the atmosphere to deliver this beautiful cyclone in the northern plains, spinning up a lot of moisture, and it will continue because it's not really in a big hurry to move. It's being blocked from the east coast here. So think of it like a football game, right? So
Okay.
got your linebackers out there, you got everybody on the field, and everyone's bumping into each other. Well, we got this system that's not really advancing too far toward the east, and in fact, it's retrograding some back to the west, sending waves of moisture back into eastern Montana. So that's really good. Now, there is a severe component to the storm. That is closer to Grand Forks into Minnesota. In fact, tornado warnings for the Minneapolis-St. Paul area into Wisconsin. But that's where the most unstable aspect of the storm is. We are unstable enough to give us the periods of rain, but not severe weather. But we do have lightning. Now mostly east of US 83, severe weather is not anticipated. But again, look at the waves of moisture around this system. With these bands moving back toward the west here, because our low, the center of our cyclone, is not advancing toward the east. And that means more waves of moisture tonight into most of Friday as well. We get a bit of a break every now and then, like we have in Bismarck. Not a lot happening at the moment, but more is coming in from central Burleigh County. Let's expand the view. Look at all that wall of water around Devil's Lake, Grand Forks, all of that working its way back closer to Minot. That's why Minot's in for a lot more rain tonight. And into eastern Montana, western North Dakota, there are periods of showers and maybe a few thunderstorms, but no severe weather. This storm is going to continue all night tonight into the day tomorrow. Additional rain forecast. Now, this is not including what has already fallen. We're looking at another ½ inch or so on average in that blue shade between now and late tonight, the middle of the night. Let's keep going. By mid-morning tomorrow morning, many areas over an inch here in western and central North Dakota. And let's add it all up. The storm ends late tomorrow night, so by noon Saturday, we're still looking at an additional 2 inches of rain, likely somewhere situated around Lake Sakakawea. And on top of that, we have the wind with this powerful, deep, low-pressure system producing winds in excess of 50 miles per hour. Here's a few rain totals, and now we're going to turn it over to meteorologist Jacob Morse for more.
So much rain.
So much.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Jody. Yeah, I wanted to go through as many of the rain reports as I can. I asked for a bunch of photos for rain gauges that you have near your houses, and I'm going to get to those as well. But this feels like an East Coast rain from where I grew up. Just days of rain, and we don't get that as often here in the Northern Plains, so we are more appreciative of it when we get these days of rain in a row, especially when we have drought conditions. But looking at the airports, because these are the official observing sites, Hettinger over 3 inches of rain, about 2 1/3 at the Dickinson Airport, approaching 1.5 inches in Williston, just under 1.5 inches at the Bismarck Airport, and just under 1 inch in Minot. But as Kevin mentioned, a lot more rain pivoting back towards the Magic City. We're appreciative of the North Dakota Agricultural Weather Network. They have a great array of reporting stations across the state. And these are some of the highest reports from the NDAWN stations. In southern Grant County, about 4.4 inches and 1/3 of an inch of rain there recorded at Pretty Rock. 3 inches plus in Zap, 2.96 in Carson, just under 3 inches in Hazen as well. All of these totals at or above 2.5 inches of rain. Pretty impressive. So I went and looked through all the data and mapped out where the highest rain totals have been so far. And it's really situated between highways 83 and 85 and south of Lake Sakakawea, where we've seen between 2 and 4 inches of rain already, but also in that lighter green shading, more than 1 inch of rain has fallen in places like Bismarck and Williston, as mentioned. Here's all those rain gauge reports that I mentioned that were sent into my Facebook page between Elgin and Lake Shida. Over 4 inches of rain, 4 inches in Selfridge, 3 inches south of Beulah, just over 2 inches in Mandan, 3.25 inches in Richardton, 3.5 south of Zapp, 3.5 as well south of Elmont. Look at that landscape with the puddling of the water. And then 30 miles west of Minot, 2 3/4 of an inch, about 3 inches in Golden Valley. Lori always sends us great photos. And then that rain making it all the way back towards Watford City, where over 2 inches has fallen. And then our South Dakota friends, over 3 inches in Shade Hill, South Dakota. I love seeing all the different types of rain gauges that you have, but the official, or at least the more accurate rain gauges, are these ones issued by the National Weather Service. 4-inch rain gauge that Jackie has in Dickinson. She recorded a 1/2 inch in about 3 hours this morning and about 2 inches total precipitation. And there was even a little bit of small hail in Kenmare earlier this afternoon. Angela snapped that Sky Spy photo with some of the stronger thunderstorms that came through. Jody and Kevin.
Okay,
So
well, we don't
impressive.
like the
No hail, right.
pictures, but
Yeah.
the rain pictures are impressive.
I am
Puddles.
now. I'm believing it because I'm seeing it.
Yes,
right? It's
me
so nice.
too.
This is one of the biggest synoptic scale or large scale systems we've had in the Northern Plains for a long time. For some, several years in
Yeah,
far western North Dakota.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Yes, much needed
So
rain.
nice.